What's up, guys? Elijah Scheidler here, owner and supervising broker of Venue Real Estate. By the time you guys watch this video, it'll already be live, but heading out to Three Forks to put up my new listing at 88 Bluestem Way. But before we go out to Three Forks, it's time for coffee. One of my favorite pleasures every year is getting to hear the first meadowlark of spring. Oh, so awesome. You don't realize how much you miss it until it comes back and you hear the first one of the spring. I always like to look at the clock and mark the date and time of when it was the first time that I got to hear it that year. So Thursday, April 14th at 10:34 a.m., first meadowlark of spring. Last week's video, I talked about how I was a barista for 12 years, had a 12-year career in coffee as a barista. And one of my pleasures and unique experiences in life is I got to develop coffee at source in El Salvador, worked with a number of people to start up a coffee exporting company there that served people in El Salvador who are underprivileged. Such an honor and a pleasure to get to establish something like that. When I moved here to Bozeman, I had just finished up my period of time down in El Salvador. I was really eager to work on community development. A lot of the things that I learned there with the Salvadoran people and seeing what community can accomplish together. I was excited to see those put into effect here in Bozeman in culturally relevant ways. A portion of that was I jumped into working at Cold Smoke Coffee House, a location that's over by REI. And it was so fun getting to serve the Bozeman community in that context. While I was there, I was asked a question that far outpaced the question of how tall are you and did you play basketball that I've been asked my entire life. If you've never met me before, I'm 6'7" and 1/2 inch. I always tell people it's the half inch that makes me look tall. But as people meet me for the first time, obviously they've never met me before, and the first thing that they think is, wow, you're really tall. So the question that runs across their mind is, how tall are you and did you play basketball? I've had lots of time over the years then to come up with snarky responses to that question. But when I was at Cold Smoke Coffee House, the question I get asked at least once a week, if not once a day, was, are you the owner? Honestly, it was super confusing to have people ask me over and over, are you the owner? Are you the owner? People would come in and ask me if I'd want to sponsor their softball team or soccer program. I was like, I don't know. Like, I'll think about it and get back to me. I'm not gonna get back to you because I'm not the owner. That guy down there at the other end of the bar, Caleb Walker, he's the owner. It took me years and years to finally figure it out. How's it going? Good. I remember one day it was happening again. I had a customer standing in line ordering, and she asked me, she said, are you the owner? And I didn't blow up on her, but I just finally reached a point where I was like, why do people keep asking me that question, are you the owner? And I remember one of our regulars, Tyler, was standing right behind her, listened to the whole interaction, is himself a business owner. And when he came up to the counter to order his coffee, he said, I know why people ask you if you're the owner. It's because you act like you own the place. People look at how you serve people when they come in, that you ask them how their day is. You go out of your way to make sure that they're comfortable, that you serve them at such a level that people see how you serve in this coffee shop and they think, there's no way that guy is an hourly W-2 earner. Nobody goes that far out of their way to serve other people. Guy's gotta be the owner. That was so encouraging because In an instant, that one insight, that one perspective from somebody in the community helped me to understand that it was true. Cold Smoke Coffee House was my coffee shop. Now, like I said, I didn't have any ownership interest in Cold Smoke Coffee House. I'm not speaking on their behalf. Caleb Walker is the owner of Cold Smoke Coffee House. But the mentality was one that I had been in coffee for so long, that I had been in management, I'd seen the back end, I had developed coffee at source. I understood everything that was involved in a coffee shop, and I knew how those things affected my guests. I knew how that affected our customers that came in. And so as a result, because I was a barista, because I was empowered by my authority to have responsibility at Cold Smoke, I undertook it as my priority of this is my business and I'm going to make sure that everyone that is in this business is taken care of as if I was the owner. Now, it's such a celebration because now it was my business in Cold Smoke. Well, now I have my own business, Venue Real Estate, which serves to build thriving community by brokering properties through collaborative commerce. Everything that I learned throughout my experience in the service industry as working for City Brew way back in the day, starting a coffee company in El Salvador, working for Cold Smoke. It's my pleasure and it's my heart to serve people in community. As everything that I learned all those years now is being poured into my business. And now I am the owner of Venue Real Estate. But beyond that, the reward of success is increased responsibility. And where I had success at Cold Smoke Coffee House and serving people and helping them to have an excellent experience within that environment of Cold Smoke, the reward of success is increased responsibility. And now I'm serving in building community by helping people become stable in the Bozeman area, to gain wealth, to build wealth for their future and their legacy, to have a stable place to live and to move in and out of, to have a secure place of belonging within a community. Now that is my context of service, and beyond Venue being my company, Bozeman is my town. Now, hopefully you understand the pattern that I'm setting up, that in as much as anyone who would ask me, Elijah, do you own Cold Smoke Coffee House? And I would tell you plainly, nope, it's not my company. I'm saying Bozeman is my town. I'm not claiming any extra ownership in this city than what I actually possess. That I'm saying that because I'm a member of this community, because I'm a part of the Bozeman community and wider Gallatin Valley community of people, that if there is an issue here in this town, it's my issue. That as I go about my life and I look at all of the elements of thriving and community here in the Bozeman community, I take those things very seriously. That I don't ask, what can my community do for me? But I ask myself, what can I do for my community? If you can't come up with your own awesome original ideas, just quote other people, stand on their success. But this is my town, and it is my venue. A venue is a place where something happens, and especially an organized event. There's nothing that is more highly organized than the societal structures of a community. And so as I set out in real estate to help people become stable in property ownership within a community, that I also have a larger sphere of focus on the fact that real estate is one component that exists within this massive structure called the Bozeman community. This is my venue, a place where something happens, where people in my community can see, man, this guy, he's got to be the mayor of this town. He acts like he owns it. Yup, it's my town. If I see a problem in this town, I'll consider it to me, and I've been authorized to respond to it accordingly to help the people that I'm serving in this environment to have the best possible experience that they can have. If you'd like to hear more about my company, reach out to me at the contact information provided here at the end. Oh, I'd love to tell you more about what I'm up to, hear more about what you're up to, what your passions are. Building thriving community by brokering properties through collaborative commerce. I'd love to hear what you're up to, hear how we can network, pour into one another, and see our town thrive together. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.